It hurts my soul to do what I have to do here tonight, but we have to take this beauty, this 2-inch timber frame chisel that I just finished making. We'll put some of the process in after the testing. I'm going to beat the hell out of this thing. We're going to take a block of Osage orange that's nice, dry, dense hardwood, and we're going to beat the ever-living shit out of this thing and try to break it. So what I'm looking for edge retention. I want to make sure my heat treatment's good. I want to make sure we're not chipping out the bevel here. I don't mind if I have to sharpen it a little bit. Right now it's hair shaving sharp. But the big thing is, did I heat treat it too hard? Did I temper it down right? How's the geometry on the bevel? But probably the most important thing is my handle construction. So this is sort of the Robert Sorby style with some variations. So this is a hidden tang chisel. The tang goes in about this deep. We have our collet, steel collet up here for striking. We have a big steel collet down here, and we have a tapered tang. That tapered tang, as you drive the handle on, now there's no burn through, there's no epoxy except for on the collet on the end. There's no epoxy holding this in. This is a really tight pressure fit. So what we do, we have a tapered tang. I drill a hole just big enough for the end of it. And I work the taper down a little bit so it goes in about halfway before we really have to start beating it. I beat it in. The shoulder, the back side of this, fits up against this leather. What that leather is going to do is help absorb some shock and try to keep all of it out of the handle. And what I'm hoping here is that it doesn't expand enough to drive this portion of the chisel up into the handle. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. I am not going to enjoy this because we're also going to be doing a big timber frame chisel no, and we're going to do our testing with a 2.5 pound cross peen hammer. I hate to do it, but I have to know that these are good before we send them out. If they're not good before I send them out, I might as well not even do it because I'm not going to get a garbage reputation right from the get-go. So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to start with the easy stuff first. Obviously, hopefully I don't slip off and hit this, but we're going to start just see how it shaves. We're going to test all portions of the edge. And we'll hit it this way. What I'm looking for as I do this, I'm looking for the comfort of the handle design. I've got a bead on this handle just to try it out to see if I like it. But I'd say in this Osage, that does pretty nice. Now this is a nice heavy chisel, which I prefer my framing chisels a little bit heavier. Okay, let's start beating. Obviously, we see that the cutting works pretty nice. Try a little bit of end grain there. Not bad at all. Let's beat the shit out of it. Now, let's just start with some easy hammer blows. Not too bad. Try the other way. This is sacrilege, I'll tell you that. So we haven't really given her the berries yet, but we're gonna. So I could already see I didn't allow my epoxy to set up. I screwed up. I made this a little bit too small for my collet. So I just epoxied this on about an hour ago. It's not quite there, but it'll be fine for testing purposes. Hopefully. Okay, here's the true test. Straight up and down. Right across the grain. Start gentle. Yeah, pretty good so far. So I'm starting to check for splits and things like that. Let's just keep going. Go, hand. She's chopping right through. We still have a good edge on there. No chips or dings. So far, so good. Maybe we need something a little bit better. I've got a piece of elm sitting over there. Maybe we can get a little bit closer to the ground and really give her the berries. This elm cookie has been cut for probably 7 or 8 years, and it's been inside the whole time. She's nice and dry. And we're just gonna, you know, not too bad. Alright, so I've got a little bit of splitting right there, and that's from this collet driving down in. So probably if I did a little bit more of a shoulder, that'd be better, but I'm really more concerned with down here. These are not meant to be hit upon with metal hammers. Again, we're checking our edge. Come on. Edge is staying absolutely beautiful. I think we need to do this with a bigger hammer because I really want to break this handle off of here now. Now it's become a challenge. You guys think this will do the trick right here? I bet you it will. Now we're going to beat the shit out of it. Let's try beating on it two-handed with a little sledgehammer. Still going. Oh, come on, focus, you pile. All right. That's the only damage we're seeing. And that's from me driving that steel collet through the end of the handle. I'm going to tell you there's not a wooden mallet or a leather rawhide mallet that's going to do that anywhere. I can honestly say, if you look down here, there isn't a crack in it. I mean, not a mark. We didn't drive this up into it anymore. This is setting the leather a little bit deeper than it was, but that's to be expected because you have some compression against it. But what sucks now is I have to redo this nice handle. I'll probably get rid of that bead. It's not too bad, but a little awkward. Well, we need to test this edge. Make sure it's still good. Say there's nothing wrong with that. Bloop. I'd say this is just fine. This held up very well. Now, some of you are going to say, well, geez, it's kind of a failure. You broke your handle. Let me explain something. We just beat the snot out of this thing with this little sledgehammer. We beat it good. I mean, look at the size of this hammer compared to this chisel, and this is a big chisel. We beat on it two-handed. What ended up happening is we just drove the steel collet down into the chisel. That's going to happen. That shouldn't happen with a wooden mallet or with a rawhide mallet. These aren't made to be used with metal hammers. Your Japanese chisels are made to be used with metal hammers. Most of our European and American style chisels, they are not, and neither are mine. But my big concern, like I said, my big concern was this connection point right here. And see that for yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. We didn't drive this up into the chisel. There's no splitting down here where it meets this. Absolutely none. That's really impressive for what we were just doing with it. And I know my heat treatment's good because there isn't even a ding out of that edge. There's not even a blemish on it. And we just beat this thing real hard. That is awesome. So, expect to see a bunch of these starting to come out. I'm starting this weekend a run of 2-inch, 1.5-inch, and 1-inch chisels. We'll sell them separately. I'm keeping the prices on these right in line with anything else you can buy off of Amazon or any of that. I'm not trying to get rich doing this. I want to see these out there in people's hands. But you can see for yourself that that's pretty tough. You know, the other thing we're looking for, any deflection. Did we get off center at all? Any bending? Because remember, that's also a hidden tang. It's a hidden tang chisel. So I'd say we're good. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, this is a short video, so we're going to do some fancy music and all that good stuff. Put it on the end of this one. You guys could see this thing getting forged out. So I'll see you on the next one.